This is Radio TV Phono Nut, and this little radio here is something that I normally wouldn't buy. It's a little bit too new for my collecting interest. But I made an exception with this one because look at the brand, if you can see it. It's a TG&Y brand radio. And I remember as a kid being a TG&Y store right around the corner from my home, and I'd go in there with my mother on a regular basis. I think that store finally closed probably early to mid-90s, I'd say. And I remember also back in the 90s, whenever I was working on TVs fairly often, that I actually got a hold of a few TG&Y branded televisions here, there, and yonder. They were mostly either made by Sampo or NEC. And it's interesting that the NEC brand, NEC built sets were the same ones that Curtis Mathis sold, only the Curtis Mathis set cost about 10 times more. I don't know exactly who built this radio, but it looks an awful lot like a Real Tone branded set from the late 60s, early 70s, and as some may know, Real Tone later became Sound Design. I don't think this one's any older than the early to mid-70s because our frequency designation is in hertz. And this was made in Hong Kong. Everything prior to the early 70s was usually labeled in kilocycles, but let's turn it on and see what it does. Sounds like the volume pot's extremely dirty. Okay, let's open this up and spray the volume control. That's probably all this one's going to need. Here's the inside. We have a 6-transistor chassis, power transformer here, no line dropping resistor like GE like to use. And the way this is set up is as long as the set's plugged in, there's always AC on the power transformer. They're switching the power after the transformer, so a lot of products were that way. Okay, let me spray the volume control and we'll should be back in business. I think that kind of went everywhere.
Oh, there it is.
That's getting better.
Low. When will you ever know?
Like the NBA draft.
Really not 100% sure how old this is. I found a number on the speaker that leads me to believe that this might be from 1977. And that's very possible because you could still buy an AM-only radio well into the 80s, maybe even later than that, especially battery-operated models, but obviously this is an AC set. But yeah, it performs pretty good to be a cheap radio that probably cost $9.99 at TG&Y. Here we are with our weak station at 670.
He said,
I've been starting them rumors for about 3 weeks now.
I have not met a cop that wants to play a race war. I can't.
Hey, career-driven account executives. Imagine it, getting up in the morning and looking forward to going to work.
You know when you love your job? When you get excited about getting up every morning to come to work.
And every day is an adventure.
Every day is so different. I never get bored.
If you're ready to join our team at the Radio People, then email your resume to jobs@radiopeople.net.
I can honestly say it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I love it. I feel like the radio industry as a whole is incredibly interesting.
The Radio People are an equal opportunity
Should have been around back in the day.
Back to the blessings. Back to the blessings.
So good.
Your inspiration station, Joy 1450.
Okay, that's about all I've got for this one. A simple repair, decent performing, cheaper radio. Alright, thanks for watching, and more to come later.